Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Hi, Mahua. So great to talk to you.
Hi, Dee. How are you doing?
Good, good. We met was it last week or maybe a week before last, which was
Couple of
after
weeks
so long.
back,
Yeah, after
couple of
such
weeks.
a long time, which was so nice. And and you are up to a lot of exciting things now with art. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I have just enrolled into an advanced art course with Bombay Art Society, and the reason why I did was while I'd like to think I'm a very good artist and I don't need to learn anything new, but the fact of the matter is that you're always learning, and it helps when you are learning from the stalwarts. So I've got some very good professors who are sort of experts in their own field, and they are well known artists in from the art world. So and they're very kind, they're very nice with their feedback and stuff like that. It helps. I realize you can't learn in isolation. You really need a mentor who can critique your work. And also, another reason why I'm doing this course is because it's also going to teach me how to market my art. While artists like to think that we'll just sit and paint, and one day some art collector will discover us and life will be sorted. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And since I come from the marketing communications PR background, I feel it's very important to be able to, market your work as well and not depend on anyone else. So that is also one of the subjects which we will be dealing with, which we will be learning, they'll be teaching us. So I'm pretty excited about it. And of course, there's going to be an art exhibition in the end. So yeah, pretty excited.
Sounds really exciting, and it's so great to see you doing art now full time after being in communications and marketing for a long time.
It's been a dream, Deepa. And it's funny how, when you are meant to do something, it just comes back to you. I mean, I tried doing MA in art history where we were going to. I did one year, I did finish 1 year of MA, and then I left it because of personal reasons, and I couldn't really go back again. And I sort of got drifted, into other things, other stuff. But I don't know, it just came back to me again, so it's
Oh,
amazing.
this is your passion, so it's found you, which is so great.
Yes, absolutely. It found me. You're right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what all you do with your art because I mean, I know you have this lovely Alice in Wonderland series, which you are now working on.
Yes, and I am working on something which I want to give you. So yeah, from the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that would be lovely. I can't wait for that. So we were talking a little bit also about the creatives, and this time we've gone for a slightly more drastic look where we've tried to focus a lot on podcast discoverability and kind of remove some of the elements so that we could focus on that. So tell us a little about how that must have been quite a challenge for you because you were doing very different creatives before that.
So, being an artist, I like to fill up my canvas. Of course, it depends on what kind of, painting I'm doing. Is it minimalist? Is it maximalist? Is it, whatever. So it all depends on that. But I'm used to filling up my canvas. That's the kind of work I do, right? You've seen them. So I was using the same style for your creatives earlier. So later when we discussed this, and we you told me that perhaps we could cut down on a few elements and stuff like that and make it a little more minimalist. So you were right. Then what people are actually supposed to see is the name of the podcast with the prefix and the suffix. That sort of gets hidden, right, with so many elements, which you pointed out to me rightly. So it was a challenge to to rework on it, because I was so tempted to, no, it's empty. There has to be something. There's so much of negative space. There has to be something here. And remember, I showed you a couple of. I worked on the minimalist design, and then I was not very happy with it because it looked too empty. And I bought some time from you, like a day, and I said, let me rework and let me give you both the options and you decide. And then I was actually very happy with filling it. But then, but then now when you of course chose the one which was more minimalist, and now when I look at it, I realize, yes, that was the right decision you made. It has to be minimalist, because the focus has to be the name, also the podcaster, and the prefixes and suffixes that we add, you know and yet it has to be attractive, it has to be interesting for people. Should be intrigued. That's how I choose my podcast. The name is very important. If I find it interesting, I will then look into the other elements and I will sort of explore it. So yeah, that that's the journey of transformation, changing, transforming it.
Yeah, I also learned it through the workshops I was attending, and I love what you've done because you've taken the bees and the avatar and you've kind of integrated it into the logo, so it's still got some very interesting elements of the worker bee because that is the ethos of Manchester's, you know, spirit. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I we couldn't have had it any other way, because that's what Manchester is all about. That's what Meet the Mancunian is all about.
that's right.
So we couldn't have had it any other way, right? So the bees had to go there, just that, it had to be juxtaposed in such a way that, it doesn't sort of, it's not all over the place. So it's more tight and more compact now, the design.
And of course, we've brought in social impact stories from Manchester, the tagline, which is something new we've introduced.
Yeah, I really like the tagline. It's how did you come about it? It's a very interesting tagline.
I was just thinking about what is it that my podcast is about, and how do you explain that? Because I've realized many people don't know what Mancunian is. And I said, this is actually at the simplest level, it's stories in Manchester, and it's stories about people making social impact, people making a difference. So that's it. It's at the simplest level, social impact stories from Manchester, and that's what the podcast offers you over now 59 episodes. So
Wow. Wow, that's really something, Deepa. That's really something.
yeah. Yeah, great talking to you, Moo, and thanks so much for the amazing creatives as always. And I can't wait to see.
Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for
Yeah,
choosing me.
always.
I'm so delighted to work on them. It's always so exciting to do, like these creatives and come up with new ideas. Yeah. It's been lovely working, yeah, with you.
and each one is better than the next. It's like when you do a particular creative, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then the next season, it's even more amazing. So it's really nice.
Oh, thanks. Oh, lovely, lovely. I'm so happy.
Take care, Moo.
Yes, bye bye. Have a nice day.